Okay, here we go. Stop interrupting John because the Queenie's on stage. Shirley Baker. And how did you think you were going to get away with Frodo Baggins, for Christ's sake?
Is that all right, Paul? Is that okay? This poem is called... Oh, thank you, thank you. Have you ever tried so hard to be a friend to somebody only to really blow it? I mean, I have. And this is called Where Did It All Go Wrong? I had made up my mind to be your friend before we'd even met. Made a note of the books you'd read and the things you liked to collect. I waved as I saw you get out of the car and ran to tell you my name, and then I linked my arm in yours to welcome you as you came. I admired your hat and clothes, I laughed at your ad-libs, and just to make you feel at home, I nudged you in the ribs. I'd baked a special cake for you. You said you were on a diet. I put a big piece on your plate, insisted that you try it. You said you hated exercise. I said, well, look at me. I took you in the garden and showed you my Tai Chi. You said you'd hated travel and would never go again. I showed you all my holiday snaps of France and Greece and Spain. I knew you had no children, so I told of Ben and Joe how they shone at games and uni and had very far to go. We had so much in common, made such good friends, you and I, but I noticed when you left, you never even said goodbye. Oh. I was going to say, I've learnt such a lot since I started coming here, you know. I mean, before I came here, I always thought a blowjob was something you had at the hairdresser's. Well, that's what comes of being an old fogey, isn't it? But there's been a lot lately about women being abused. Even in the Archers, it shows a woman that's been there. This is called Masterpiece. She doesn't want the neighbours to see her man's handiwork. Purple blue planets encircling moonflesh. But there is a special reward for deep silence, set on a shoulder, spreading like sunrise, pale amber scented, gold spokes touching, green tinged and violet, exploding rainbows, surreal sky spectre. She mirrors the image like an artist reflecting canvas. There's a lot of lonely people out there, and occasionally we get off our butts and go and visit one, but we sort of twitch about, don't we? Itching to get out again, but it's not really right. But this is called The Gloves. I can only stay a little while, she said, peeling off her gloves and sitting down, reluctantly it seemed to me. Refused an offered cup of tea, then changed her mind, feeling she was too unkind. We spoke of this and that, her eyes flicking towards the window, her thoughts not with me. Could she not see how I longed for company, listening to her every word, absurd, yet desperate for contact? Must go, she said, her tea half drunk, now cold and old within the cup. She left, her footsteps sounding hollow up the hall. I closed the door and wandered back to my lonely room, but there, on a chair, I saw the gloves. Oh, joy! I laid their suede coolness against my cheek and caught a hint of attar of roses. I would be seeing her again any moment now she would return. I was a bit surprised when I went down the red light area of Amsterdam with some... I don't know what I thought, but I always thought they'd be horrible, sleazy old bags down there, but I was so surprised. This poem is called Red Light Area Amsterdam. They stand like mannequins behind shop windows. Only when they gesture or smile, you realise they are real. Their clothing skimpy, style provocative, sexy, tight, over perfect bodies. Long legs outstretched, turning sideways, showing a tan. The night just starting, they stand inviting, their smile not quite reaching their eyes. Sermonising, I stare, yet pass quickly, not wanting myself to associate with them too blatantly. Do they look at me, figure lumpy with marriage and childbirth? And are they wondering, have I sold out too? This is one I wrote for the O'Neills when it first opened, and to my surprise it went down well. And it's just, I think when you are a poet, sometimes it's good to examine different methods, different styles. And so I wrote this one. It's a bit strange, really. It's called An Inquiring Mind, and I've written 4 on the theme of having such an ultra-inquiring mind, which all poets must have, or they wouldn't write poetry, would they? This is this is an inquiring mind. I don't want to harass you or even embarrass you, cause you trouble or bubble away your self-confidence, as so easily happens when someone happens to launch forth an opinion, not even meant unkindly, but blindly inquiring, as all inquiries must eventually come forth out of, a genuinely inquiring mind such as mine. For example, people looking for truth, not wishing to upset the status quo, the know-how of the person involved. It's solved once an answer is given anyway, forgiven in the name of nosiness or coziness is driven to survive. Between fiction surmising and surprising the truth as you see, as I see it, a pitiful pit involving perpetuity, annuity, oblivious to all of us who pryingly, lyingly press on. But have you ever considered, or had it crossed your mind when you looked in the mirror, crossed that grey river between confusion and conscious thought that you are displaying? Believe me, I'm praying at this stage you won't wage war on this presentation of a suggestion, digestion of a wayward thought of mine, not wishing to die on a mishap. But have you ever considered, just between the two of us, not wishing to put the screw on us when other thoughts in our opinion, and there's a million of the others who would like to be included in our discussion, or rather just ranter or banter, you and me, but how to say it, not be unkind, please do not mind. But has it ever crossed your mind that you are kind of different? Well, it's your face. I can't place it or interface it with other people I know. They're all different to you. I don't want to wish you exactly at this stage or want you to rage about it. Just consider it for my sake. You're an odd sort of fellow. And your face, well, it's yellow. Not that that's anything to go on. There must be plenty people out there who don't stare because of your colour, may even share your colour themselves. Though I don't know any. Frankie and Benny are all white, though the takeaway might have people similar to yourself. I mean, eating their meals, even meals on wheels with chopsticks unfurled, as if in defiance of the Western world. My inquiring mind, not being unkind, but with some unease, must ask, you see, are you Chinese? Here's a calmer one. It's called My Guardian Angel. I have a guardian angel who's looking after me. She has no wings or halo and lives up in a tree. I think her name's Samantha, though it could be Jean or Joan. And when I feel her near me, I never am alone. She organises all my day, yet never seems to push. And when I feel a panic on, she tells me not to rush. Sometimes I wander in the road and nearly meet my end. That's when I feel her tender touch. She really is a friend. I just look up and see the risk, right in the nick of time. She's my very inspiration. That's why I wrote this rhyme. Thank you.